Okay. It says we are live.
3, 2,
Yay.
1.
Okay, I would say let's share it. We're live from the Los Fomos account on both X and YouTube.
Okay, I should mute the YouTube because it's delayed.
Okay, figuring this out because it's the first time we use StreamYard, but I'm using the comments just to, because it says we have one person watching right now. It was like 3 seconds ago. Oh, it's okay. These are YouTube comments. Okay.
Where did you?
That's
Oh,
interesting.
okay, comments.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the comments that we make here have to go somewhere. I remember from when we joined GM Farcaster that the comments we were making in the chat, the ones were public, they went to YouTube.
I didn't see them.
Okay, let me share the link now. I will share the YouTube link.
What is? Am I not followed? Yeah.
It's funny, I just opened it. I got a distracting message right now from a bestie saying that she uploaded a video on TikTok and she was like, "Oh, I have 5K views," and I was like, "Yeah, I had the same experience recently, Taco as well." And then she just texted me she had like 15K views on a video she posted. So I'm gonna go after that and study what she did.
What was the video about?
I didn't see yet. She just sent it.
Yeah, my learning is I'm not gonna try to do some stupid shit anymore because, like, what's the point? I got views, and what's next? Like,
Yeah,
and I saw that some people kind of came to check and then they didn't stay because, like, why would they stay, right?
there's nothing.
So,
Yeah, they don't come for the right reasons. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm gonna focus fully on, and I want to do the same. So we do what we planned initially for TikTok, Los Fomos TikTok. So it's more of a using the same logic but with a different substance, which is ours.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, before I continue, let me figure out if I actually have started the recording as well.
Do we need the recording?
That's a thing.
I don't think so.
If it's gonna be live
Oh, hi,
streamed.
Eddie.
Hey. If someone wants to come on stage, by the way, we are able to invite people.
Okay. How?
On the bottom, there's like this person with a plus, and
But if they're on the different platforms. Okay, we're just learning how to use StreamYard
yes,
at the moment.
so we would invite them to join through StreamYard, and then they're in the stream.
Okay.
So if I send them the link, they can just join in here on the stage. Buenos Fomos.
Buenos Fomos.
Yeah, should we wait until... Can we see who is actually watching? No. I wish. This would be so good. But okay. Well, let me open the crowdfunding page. I think that's kind of important to see where we're at. 1 hour remaining. It's that time.
It's emotional. Did you already send what we...
No.
It's good to do that before we'll run out at the same time.
Yes, I have to send the money because one of the things we did was Noise was trying to break a record with us, like getting the most tipped cast ever. And basically the money from that cast that we made will go into the crowdfunding.
Yeah, and what was the paragraph? No, pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, I sent it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It was 30, like it was like 29.77 or something. I made it 30. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. I
And
have rum. This is like
oh, it looks
watermelon, rum, and a little bit of spicy sauce.
I have a red wine, which is boring in comparison, but
It's still good.
yeah, it's a good wine. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
We have 16 people apparently watching us drink wine and watermelon rum mix.
Where do you see that?
I see on the top left where it says live since 5 minutes, there's like 16 and an eye icon.
Oh, hi, Alexis. Who's Alexis, by the way?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it now. Who's Alexis?
hey. Oh, Alexis. Actually, I didn't send Alexi the link separately. I forgot about it, but you probably saw it organically on Twitter or Farcaster. Shout out. I will, yeah, he will get another shout out later as well because we will look at the places that we checked out for Los Fomos IRL.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, und Fomos. I'm not Alexi. I'm just me. Oh, okay, sorry. Alexi bot. Who else is it if it's not you?
Bunch.
Okay. Well, so we have 1 hour left for the crowdfund, and this is the reason why we have this little party. Party means
We're celebrating that it's ending finally.
yes. I mean, everyone is. I would like to know if people are tired. And I had one conversation with someone. I will say not who it was, but I was sending the link, and the person was saying that, "Hey, I will."
They were like,
Yes,
I'm just
yes.
done.
The person was saying, actually, it was not. It was like a kind conversation, but the person was like, "I feel like you exhausted this audience. I feel like you exhausted this." And I mean, of course, we feel it because there were no more donations coming in after a while from Farcaster side. But apparently their algorithm was showing it a lot because they saw it multiple times. Wonderful. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then still, I will say that a few, I'm still wondering when it comes to content creation and a lot of the videos we've been posting, they didn't get as much engagement. And I want to get to the point where on Farcaster we get the same engagement as, for example, Afro-Chicks shout-out videos that are,
Naomi.
yes, amazing videos.
I have actually ideas why. Because, well, I would say actually I was analyzing like content in general, the engagement and the crowdfunding, also the strategies and thinking back, like what would I do differently and stuff like that. Because I think there were some strategies that we didn't just come up at the moment because we started focusing on what was working the best for us.
Yeah.
So I would say like I personally really love Naomi's videos, and I think I told you when we first heard her on the show, and I just looked through whatever was posted at that point at her account that she's incredible at storytelling.
Yeah.
And I think the videos actually translated very well. And then add to it the fact that she was also, I think the last few months is after Farcast and like this period, it was a lot of the videos around other people as well. So it's like about gathering and this community. So, other people are involved in it. And I think it resonates. It personally resonates with me for sure. And then creates a little bit of a FOMO. You want to be there, especially if you're not there, just like us.
Yes. Yeah.
No, like, yeah. Another reason why actually Los Fomos even was created as a place in our heads, like
Yeah, because it's like
missing out.
a place to be. It's a place to meet people. Yeah. Actually, funnily enough, I think people didn't know that we initially started the first show/podcast we had that was not called Los Fomos to meet people because we couldn't travel, and this was the way to connect with people. And to be honest, it's great. I would recommend everyone to do that.
Exactly. You're kind of like meeting people without asking them anything, because like, what is the way of approaching, especially if you want to connect with someone or get the advice? You create some value by bringing these people, asking questions from different perspectives, because I think I actually really liked our first podcast. It was very valuable. And then you actually make friends along the way.
Yeah, exactly. Makes me think that I want to reach out to some of the people that we didn't talk with for a while from this old show.
I wonder who's still in the space.
Yeah. Yeah. Some old people, I still follow them on Twitter, and I see them on like I think mostly fashion Twitter side. I see them digital fashion.
Probably.
I feel like the only person that kind of is connecting both worlds is Chris from Psyche. That is also on Podcaster and so active.
True.
Yeah.
I think we actually wanted to have at one point Psyche on the first podcast.
Yeah, true.
We pivoted to Los Fomos.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's make it fun. What should we do?
Yeah. I think I would like to hear if anyone in the audience wants to leave a comment on as to what they would like to hear, if they have any questions. But generally, I think it would be cool to walk through the different things we did for this crowdfunding. Maybe to sum it up, we did the highest velocity crowdfunding that was ever done on Farcaster, because within 2 days we had 7K, and within 3.5 days we reached our first goal, 10K. And then the stretch goal was added with the initial goal that we had, which was 15K. So basically, as soon as you reach the mark, 10K, the 15K was added so that we can actually raise more, which allows us to cover more costs, because 10K doesn't cover all the costs for a full-blown live production in Paris. Yeah. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we did a lot of different things, and I feel like the reason why it's cool to mention and briefly is because we actually had a very specific plan how we did the crowdfunding. And there were people that were saying, oh, but I wonder why my crowdfunding didn't do as well. And we're not doing this little party now to explain everything in detail, but it's cool to mention, I feel. So I will start with the first point, and I actually wrote them down before this. We also chatted with each other about this. There was like some notes in Telegram, but I will be missing some points. Maybe I will say one point and then you say the next one, and we try to go in order, if you remember. I think like the last 2 weeks were a blur.
There was actually a lot of points. When I made the videos, snippets of videos that maybe I will post. But yeah, at some point I actually start to lose the track what actually we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say what was the most important? Go.
The most important one was that we built a community for more than a year and a half full time. And I would say this is the thing that is hard to replicate, at least quickly and easily. So that was the most important one.
I agree with that. Build a community, start with that.
Yeah.
Second, I probably will connect maybe a few points. First was having a call with Nicholas, so he explains to you how crowdfund works, what were the case studies before, and he actually generously shared the list of things that he saw what was working for other crowdfunds, and we took all the notes, and then within the week kind of created our own strategy, including the suggestions. And yeah, I think Ram hit my head. Yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
hot.
The cocktails we usually drink, they are alcohol-free on the show because some guests don't drink. But today we deserve a little drink.
Yeah. So I would say do this, and then also go yourself and analyze all the crowd funds that were there before. And obviously, you won't see what they actually did to raise it, but you will see maybe who donated, how much they donated, how much was raised. So you have understanding like what was the norm before, and what is the potential, and how they also structured their pitch in on this page. What I personally noticed, it was more personal rather than kind of like a pitch of the product that was getting would resonate with people most.
Yeah.
Even though I think there were some crowdfunds that were trying to raise for some products, but they wouldn't reach the goal.
Yeah.
But I think like we can. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into it at this moment, but yeah, like we can speculate that potentially it's because they didn't build the community first and they didn't have the audience to reach out to, and then they were not that consistent in constantly talking about it and being present in the feed that much that people start to okay, that's enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's necessary because there is no guarantee that you're going to reach these people's eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually that's not what worked the best for us. Even so we were maybe everywhere. I didn't actually know if we were everywhere, right? We can't rely on the algorithms, which leads probably to the point number 3, which is the most important potentially in our success.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You want to say it?
Yes, I will say it. It was texting a bunch of people beforehand. I don't know the exact number. It would be funny to check, but I think it must be around 200 people that we texted, or even more. And those were not only people part of the community. It was people that we felt they would, and this was actually before we posted the crowdfunding link publicly. We sent these messages to people that we found if they donated, and when we publish the crowdfunding link, people click on it, and there will be already some donations from people that are well known in the space, that this will be good social proof that we actually, well, they did this, they got this donation from that person, then probably they're up to something. Kind of like this way of thinking. And I think this was most importantly the most important one. Although I was also surprised once or twice, but I will get to that after.
Yeah, I think there were actually quite a few surprises, like big surprises, I would say.
Yeah. Thankful.
Yeah, I think like the people that were reached out were I would say none of them were cold outreach. There were still people that had some kind of a type of support that they showed before, which was maybe subscribing or coming as a guest or just personal communication. So we already had a contact with these people. Also, like from my side, I think a lot of people, even though we tried to reach out to as many people as possible beforehand, so when the link goes live, people there was already funds. Look, it was live, but maybe public. They didn't see it straight away, which you also have to take into the account that not everyone is all the time online or on Farcaster, so they might not see your message straight away. They might see and decide to opt out, which is also fine. We didn't take any non-participation personally. I think it's very whatever reason is that it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that one thing that was kind of connected to this point of messaging people, we actually decided to start the crowdfunding on the day that was tipping day on Farcaster. So it was Tuesday, highest, but I think it's the highest engagement of the week on Farcaster. So people come to the app because they get money from the app and tip other people. So there's a lot of interactions and things happening, and people have money. So we are here to give them the option to participate in this, because otherwise you might have spent it already on something else. And yeah, I think that was it. That was cool. It would be interesting to have the comparison though and actually see if that made a difference, because obviously we can't A/B test this crowdfunding.
I agree. Yeah, we just can speculate. But I agree. I think just generally you're so used to when you get the rewards from the platform, then give away it in tips. That I think it's always a good timing. So generally, it's a good timing. Also, I think when you get the rewards at this point, when it's fresh, it feels like so new. So it's also easier to give it away. To be honest, I personally, from my side, definitely, if it's gonna sit in my wallet, then it feels already like getting my salary or something. Right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's already baked in. It's already yours. It's not really if you didn't get used to the overall number yet.
Yeah, it's kind of reminded me of our ordinals times and remembering how much I would pay for some stupid art. It feels so like it's not a real money. It's a weird feeling. Anyways.
Yeah, relatable.
But yeah, I think timing is important.
Yeah. Okay, next. I will tease the next one, which is kind of like a full point, but we went on GM Farcaster, which is also where we used this app for streaming for the first time. And it was, I think, the first show we joined, right? It was on Wednesday. So we started the crowdfund on Tuesday, and then we joined GM Farcaster on Wednesday. And that was actually cool. We never joined any show before, and this was the first time. Oh, we joined a show before, but it wasn't published yet, I think. So thanks and shout out to the GM Farcaster ladies. Oh, there's a Twitter chat.
Yeah, I just noticed.
Okay.
So I would say that to the point what you said, then we joined Humpty, which was I think Morning Crew. This is called the show. So I would say if we sum up this is try to the messages why we did private direct messages was because if you're not reaching out directly yourself, you are basically relying on algorithm to people to find you and see you and stuff like that, and we couldn't rely on that, and we took initiative into our hands. And second, well, you probably have, even if you have a community, you probably have some kind of a cap, you can reach yourself. So reaching out to other communities that are formed and might have different type of the audience or the community, so it kind of expands your reach, is also a good idea. So it also creates additional content about yourself, and then going to shows or maybe some newsletters, which we didn't do, but also could be done. For instance, going to someone who does these newsletters in emails or writes the articles, and you could be the guest or something where you can, spread your message a little bit further. Can be helpful as well. I think we're turning this party into the one-on-one session, how to do the crowdfund.
Okay, yeah. How about we go a bit faster through this, and then we come to the fun part?
Okay, I would say one more point, whatever was the important. Oh yeah, I think I know what was important.
Yeah, I will say that there's a few things that can be summed up into one bucket, which is partnering with other apps or people to make some experiences, and this is including Noise that we did with the Noise Boys, and then also with Toady for Betterment dropping an episode, because we dropped a new episode I will just quickly say that it's a cool episode with Mats from Dune. He's the co-founder of Dune. And yeah, I think the other one that I would mention is maybe the token. Were you about to mention that?
Yeah, I think I would sum up is maybe even with Betterment, with finding other sources of funds, right? In our case, because we a show and we normally earn from mints of the show, we thought that it could be another stream for the donations because like maybe people already donated whatever they could, but then if it's about the rewarding in exchange of actually minting your episode, you're earning. So that, and then token. And when we dropped the token, we tried to describe it in a way that it was very clear that it's a crowdfund related, and the purpose is to use the fees that we will get in ETH to convert it into the USDC and then send it to the crowdfund. So finding other sources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good point to say, because I mean, the reason why we did all these things is because we wanted to prevent that the number is stagnating and nothing would move for a while. We hit this point, I feel like it was going in waves because people were not always active online. Contrary to us, we were very online. Yeah. So yeah, maybe finalizing this, like talking about the things we did for the crowdfunding. I would say that I learned personally a lot about how I want to communicate, and just letting go of any barriers and ideas you have of spamming people with your content. I think you should just do it, and not even then people are going to see everything you want them to see. So, and yeah, I would prefer to, I think, talk about what we're going to do next, and maybe what we saw, what we're planning with Midnight in Los Fomos.
Okay, where do we start?
Okay,
maybe we have like 38 people chimed in. I would love to see comments or something because I feel that it's just me and you.
yeah.
Okay, there is Damon, and is it Damon or Damon? I never asked.
I
And
think
Eddie and Alexis. But what
Yeah.
about the rest?
Yeah, who are those 38 people? Would love to know too. If you have any questions, drop them now. I mean, drop them anytime, but go ahead.
I think also majority of people are on Twitter.
I want to quickly open the app. I kind of removed it because as soon as I open the screen, my face becomes dark. Muted myself. I want to quickly check out what it looks like on Twitter. Oh. Okay. Yeah, can't see who's watching, but fair enough. Reveal yourself. Maybe in the meantime, quick summary for those people that are maybe new. We are starting our first Los Fomos IRL production in Paris this year, end of the summer, or like in the summer. And we are taking it IRL because, for several reasons. First of all, we love it and we wanted to make it IRL since the beginning, I think, because it gives us a lot of control over the experience, create really, really high quality content, and create this type of content that will attract the masses and not just a very specific bubble in crypto, which I would argue that we didn't constrain ourselves too much before because we never talked about these topics in the show, but we mainly talked with founders and builders in that space. And now we are expanding from multiple angles. And so we did a crowdfund to fund this next chapter, and talking about what we did for the crowdfunding in the last like 20 minutes. Yeah. And one of the things, yeah, you want to go?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about the places that we saw. So kind of shouted out Alexei earlier, who was in the audience, or who is in the audience, hopefully still. If he left, this is unacceptable. So we went to different places in Paris that really fit the Los Fomos vibe. And, or like some of them did, the other ones didn't. I mean, that's something you learn when you go and see some places from the inside, especially during the daytime that we went. Sometimes it's just not the same vibe as in the night. This is why it's midnight in Los Fomos and not midday. So we went to different places and we posted 3 of them on socials already. Or like did some videos about the places, what it looked like, what the experience was. Quite a short video. And should I share it now or should we leave it for after?
Like, you mean the places?
Yeah, like the video. I mean, maybe we can leave it for after, but I could show some photos.
Okay,
Oh,
if you can share.
I love that Demon is here
Yeah.
because we have some news later.
Yeah. Maybe why we picked even Paris. Well, first of all, Pau is based there, so it's already a little bit easier. There is some place where you can stay, and we're not restricted by, the need of leaving fast because it's the hotels or whatever. Second, it's Europe and close to, well, most of the European cities. So we're planning to have guests not only from crypto, but outside crypto as well, because we will be picking by personalities and people who are creative and ambitious and try to build something, whether it's their art and their personal brand as artists or something interesting as a product, to have in our show. And we thought that it's in Europe is like one of the best locations where everyone hangs out and there is always some kind of events happening, and it will be easier to coordinate the dates. And also, the city itself is extremely beautiful and creative and inspiring. So I think even the name Midnight de los Fomos of Real series are very much inspired by one of the movies that is happening in Paris.
Yeah. I love this. And because the movie gives it like this extra magic that is very much a Los Fomos thing as well. It's kind of something we share with the movie. I didn't rewatch it. I wanted to rewatch it when I told you, but I haven't yet.
I did, by the way.
Was it how you remembered it? Did you also watch it a long time ago?
Yeah, like when it was just out like 10 years ago or 15 years ago or something. I think it's actually really differently as I remembered it, but I liked it. It's probably not 100% maybe related to what we do and the vibe, but I still loved how a person was analyzing, and realizing that he just has to accept his reality and make the best out of it, and also the people that he surrounds himself with. So maybe from that perspective, but yeah, very beautiful movie.
Yeah. I realized I want to do a selfie quickly, like take a picture. So let's cheers.
Can you see my?
Yes.
Cheers.
Okay. That will be posted now. Yeah, but okay, so this is why we picked Paris. So why did we pick bars? Or like, why didn't we just rent a podcast studio? Someone was asking me. I think 2 or 3 people were asking us actually on the shows we joined. Okay, so do you know which podcasting studio you're going to use already? And when I hear the sound, when I hear the word podcasting studio, I think something in me dies because it for me sounds really boring. Yeah.
Go. No, go, and I will say them after.
Okay. Sometimes your breath sounds like you want to talk something. You want to say something. But yeah, bars are, if you pick the right bars, you can have, I feel like, an amazing atmosphere and it really sets the tone and the vibe for the place. There's obviously more involved than just the bar. You have to have the right lighting, equipment, hence the crowdfunding as well. But this is something that we really want to have the vibe. Because you need to, as a guest, you could come into this world and you have to feel a certain way to be able to open up a certain way. Yeah.
Exactly. And it kind of also saves the money on the props.
Yes.
You don't need to build the bar. You just go to the bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there was just maybe just even the idea why specifically the bar, because, well, first of all, we want to keep the idea of cocktails in the show, in IRL shows as well. Probably will change the way we interact with it, but still. So it kind of makes sense that the location should be the bar. Also, the idea even in the bars, like if it's the right bar in a good companies, interesting conversations often happen. And I think it also kind of sets the concept of the show, and the way we lead guests and how it then unfolds. And I think something that probably I will not mention yet, but even though we do just for now, we plan 6 episodes, so we can basically record 6 episodes in 2025, and have spread them throughout the year. But we already think about how the show is going to evolve, because probably something that Pau was starting to talk about, how we want to build the show for the masses, so that the specific audience obviously will be targeting LFers, but outside crypto. But I think as we think about creating the first on-chain brand that attracts masses, we also have to think about what kind of content we create so it can, what's the word? But in the competition with existing shows, win them over our show. So we already have plans of how it's going to evolve and what's going to be even the next chapter and what can be added. And I'm actually extremely excited about that part. It's probably not going to happen this first IRL season, because it also adds technical difficulties and then recordings and everything. But the bar is also great for that, because it's happening at good bars as well.
Yeah. And okay, additionally, Los Fomos source facts. I feel like, yeah, also thinking about the partnerships that we are able to attract with different types of, that you are able to attract with different types of shows. Yeah. Okay, get it. Okay. So like, yeah, the types of partnerships you can attract with different types of shows. I feel like setting things up in a bar is very helpful from different angles and gives us the chance to partner with specific drinks brands, for example, that we want to have in the future. And yeah, like it opens a lot of opportunity for creative partnerships, because one thing that we will, well, I don't want to box us now, so I will not say specifically what we do and what we don't do, but certain partnerships that we see traditional brands do, we find them really annoying and we don't like them, and we will not do these kind of partnerships. That's all I will say about it. But there are amazing partnerships you can do in creative ways that you can integrate them into your show, into your branding. That I think is a nice creative challenge. I'm looking forward to this, actually.
Yeah, I like the word partnership, because it's not just buying the advertisement in your space, but actually entering more like a collaborative partnership between 2 brands, like our brand, Los Fomos, and what we are building. Obviously, it's very early for our brand, but as we kind of like build it out, we also want to set the right types of collaborations that we're looking for. So I'm not going to talk about it now, but I generally think that people misunderstand what creator creators do and what it means to be creator in any space, and misunderstand the way people should or want to earn money or what they are happy to do. But it's a different conversation.
Yeah. It's funny because it feels like everyone is trying to push their view of how things should be done on the creators without understanding that there is a brand at stake. And if you diminish the brand, then you diminish the community, the audience, the very thing that is bringing the views and the revenue.
Yeah,
So,
you even have values then.
Yeah.
You don't stand by them. Anyways,
Okay.
I'm getting critical.
Yeah, well, I would say that I will share after the stream the few things that the places we visited for potential recordings in Paris. And well, what's maybe quick break again to ask if anyone has any questions from the audience. So we have 55 people. It's a new all-time high. Do you have any questions?
Actually, we're thinking of bringing someone on stage and asking them spicy questions. So, who wants to get on the stage?
I feel like Horseback hasn't answered any spicy questions in a while. Don't want to put him on the spot. Actually, I do want to put him on the spot. I like doing that with people. Okay, well. Oh, you're just here in the chat. That's fine. So, talking about the next steps. Okay, talking about the next steps, maybe. And so if someone has a question, please go ahead. We talked a lot about how the crowdfunding went and the things that we did for the crowdfunding. Watching live and serving Farcaster at the same time, mind-blowing. Oh, yeah. I'm surfing Farcaster, but only to repost our Midnight in Los Fomos cast. So what will be next? What will happen next? We are doing a lot of different tasks at the same time right now, and part of them have to do with crowdfunding. Parts of them don't have to do with crowdfunding, but are somewhat related to Los Fomos. We have something to announce because we have a bunch of perks for the donors, more than $250 and more than $150. We have different tiers, if you saw that on the crowdfunding page. By the way, it's open for another 45 minutes. Go to donate. The first time I'm saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
She was about to say.
I was about to say that we're looking for partnerships, media partnerships, or I will not box it to media only, not restrict ourselves, but we're looking for partnerships for Los Fomos IRL, for the series of 6 episodes. We are creating a bunch of content around that as well, around the new goals. Booking guests, which is the most important, booking the guests that we love and want to see on the show. And giving amazing perks and cool things to the people that donated money to the crowdfunding. Thank you so much, everyone who's watching who donated or shared the link, because we are making Los Fomos happen IRL, and this is because of you. Thank you.
Can we?
Oh, doesn't do that. No.
Doesn't work.
Okay. So, Horsefact asked a question. My bad if you covered this, but what was your biggest takeaway from the crowdfund? What is your advice to other crowdfunders on Farcaster? Yeah, making a video about this is a good idea, I think. I will maybe repeat one point, the most important point, which is what's that word? Be not immutable, but
Insufferable.
insufferable, and be sure that you have the basis, so like a community that you have developed over time, ideally, to help them, not to allow them to help you to reach more audiences, to reach more eyeballs, and be very intentional about the things you do, because everything can contribute to making it more successful. This was very broad, but otherwise I would go into details.
Okay, maybe I'll try to summarize all the points without going too deep.
Yeah.
I would say, well, plan out things beforehand so you're not freaking out at the moment, even though you'll still run out the ideas afterwards. Build the community as Power said. Reach out to as many people as you can. Don't be afraid to be rejected or ignored. It's fine. It's also fine for people to not participate. Find other communities that you can tap into to expand your reach, and also find the other sources of funds to then send back to the crowdfund. Because at some point, the capabilities of people to donate will be exhausted. And if you still need to reach the goal, and I think that's what helped us to cross, right, the 10K, was the funds that we got from other sources. But then we will create a video maybe then and the article, so it's easier to get all the information.
Yeah.
Takeaways. I think you can't plan in advance everything. We definitely didn't plan for the first few days to be so successful and basically reach the goal. Even though we had all the other different strategies, I think you realize what works and what doesn't work for you. Yeah, maybe I still have some ideas about different things. How would I do differently? But it's just, again, the idea. I don't know if it would work.
Yeah. It's a good summary, I guess. And the details about the strategy will be shared after, because there's just a lot of different points. And we have 30 minutes left, or like 37 minutes left for the crowdfund. I think, Taco, if you explain the next point, or if you talk about the next thing, I will probably go. And I still have to add a little bit of money we made with noise, which is one of the activations we did, where we had people
Remind me
tip
what's
us.
next point.
What?
Remind me what's next point,
Because the martini.
my cocktail is really strong.
Okay, so what we could mention is the different things that we're offering people for being donors in the crowdfund. And one of those is to do with
Okay. Also, maybe even to the point, to the hard facts question. I don't know how much it influenced, to be honest. I don't know if anyone actually read what was written on the page, but at least one person did it, Humpty. And I guess he learned something from it. So we created a few tiers, basically 2 tiers. If people donate equal or above 150, they would get the first merch that we will drop, which will be very much related to the crowdfund. And second one was 250, which meant that, well, we initially planned to do it during this stream, and the whole stream was dedicated to this point. But technically, it's a little bit impossible, and there were a lot of struggles. So it will happen after the call. But the whole idea was that we wanted to commemorate that moment because it's extremely important for us, and we're extremely thankful for everyone who participated, but especially those who donated higher numbers, because it moves the needle way faster and also sends signals to the rest. And no, it won't. Okay, maybe you can answer this question. So what we wanted to do is to create the art piece with one of the artists on the stream. But again, it's going to happen after the stream, and to make people who donated about 250 part of the art piece. And the art piece is not created yet, because we also thought maybe there will be someone who will still donate. But the artist is on the stream. At least this person was in comment section initially. And this artist that is the person that we met doing Blueprint program, Damon. And he creates incredible pieces, the collages, and I don't know, maybe Damon, you can help me with describing it. They're very colorful and very expressive. And we thought, and he also active on Farcaster. So we thought that there will be an incredible collaboration between us all to bring this art to life on the program. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're just stuck with your screen is stuck, I think. But I can hear you. You're still there. It looks like you're very engaged and you're talking into your microphone.
Screen unfrozen.
Oh. It was telling me before. Oh, you're back. You're back. It was telling me before when I was trying to open the stream on the side, it was like, don't open the YouTube stream yourself because you're gonna, the bandwidth is probably not enough to do that.
Yeah, that's a good advice.
Yeah. So you were saying just, what were you talking about again?
About the art piece.
Yes.
About how people who donated more than 250 will be included in the art in some way.
Yeah. I wanted to say that I really appreciate Demon's art. And what Taco said, that we met each other in this, I would call it a creator accelerator / cohort with Blueprint. Feels like it stays in the family. And that's a cool feeling because I think there were a couple of people in this cohort with a lot of different, like, talented people that I would love to work with at some point. Yeah. Looking forward to that. And the art piece is going to be, I mean, we don't even know what exactly it's going to look like, but we know already the type of style that we want because we know we were looking at a lot of his works and we said, oh, this really resonates with Los Fomos. So yeah, it's going to be fun. We have a viewer all-time high. We have 60 viewers. If that number is correct. We don't know if the number is correct, but yeah. Hello, people. Okay, so, and VSCK, as his name is on Farcaster, but it's ExitLQ on Twitter. Will the IRL event be streamed live, or do I have to order a DVD? That's a great question.
Yeah, I think we should go with DVD because it's like the monetization model.
Yeah.
That movies used to rely on back in the days.
I feel like that would be a very Los Fomos move because it's like retro, futuristic, definitely one of the vibes that define the Los Fomos vibe.
Yeah, I can tell how old this person is by this question.
Sorry.
It's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so I was actually about to do something. I was about to donate the noise. It's like our crowdfund is still live. It's for another 31 minutes. So people can still go and donate. But we did one of the activations we did to raise more funds for the crowdfund is we partnered up with different people, and I'm trying to transfer some of the funds, which is not a lot, to the crowdfunding right now. And I was trying to see because we got tipped on this cast. We tried to reach like a new record of super tips gained on one cast. And I think it's in the screenshot, it says $42.29 $12. So I don't think I got any notifications that people tipped this cast further. So I guess this is the amount. But yeah.
Very nice.
The thing is that, and this is like a comment that's kind of irrelevant for the stream, but I forgot to say it before. I'm like, I get these tips in different currencies, right? I get them in like a range of different things. So what I should do is send 42 USDC to the crowdfund, and then for me, swap the ones that I received. Which is gonna be
So
roughly,
swaps.
yeah. We don't even know if 42 is still the value of the tokens that were tipped. So that's why I was like trying to reach diff, because I was like, I'm not sure this is the easiest way to go about it. If I cannot see it in the front end, I can only see it in the back end.
Yeah.
But it was 42 at this point, so I'd say 42. Okay, I'm adding it now. I'm donating to the crowdfund, the funds that we made with noise. It's very dark. I'm gonna turn on the light in a second. Give me a moment to turn on the light. Okay. So
Okay, we should do it. Actually, we had to do it during the daytime when everyone is awake, so we could do that.
cheers. You mean in order for them to come up so we can ask them spicy questions?
Or even ourselves.
Yeah, I feel it. Okay, also like I think I had a mild, I don't want to say food poisoning because it wasn't as bad as this, but something 2 days ago. And since then, I've basically been extremely tired every day and also not feeling super well. So I do still feel that. But we are here and we have 29 minutes left of crowdfunding. So I will allow myself an extra glass of wine after that. Just saying.
I'm running out of cocktail.
I really prefer cocktails. Not a huge wine drinker. Yeah. Okay. Donating that money now because it might be too late. Okay. Another thing that we could do is like ask people again. Anyone has any questions? Please chime in we can invite you to come on the stage with us if you want to say something, if you want to chime in, if you want to complain. We're open for complaints.
Yeah.
Oh, love.
Critical feedback.
Critical feedback. What else do we accept? Yeah. Friendship requests.
What we do not accept is mean behavior.
Yeah, and people being spammy. I feel like this happened to the Los Fomos account on Farcaster a few times now, that there was like comments that just basically are screaming, interact with me. That's it. And I think one of the things, like if no one has any questions, okay, my brain is actually really, really slow. But one thing that we could do is like talk about, when I said before that the next step is partnerships. We have partnerships, we have the merch/collection that we drop for people that donated more than 150. Yeah.
Mark gives us good ideas. He often gives us good ideas.
Mark, is he here right now?
Yes. He's living.
I didn't see the comments. I have to scroll down.
He's asking about Los Fomos Mezcal limited edition. I'm down.
I think next week Next week, Taco, are you free next week? Can we do that?
Absolutely. Let's schedule a call with the manufacturer.
I mean, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's collab with Kendall Jenner and let her
Yeah.
to produce.
I'll take a screenshot because we have 69 people on the stream.
Ooh. Or maybe, wait, how to do this?
We can do this, and then we have a heart. I just realized.
No, I was trying to do it's 9. Do you see it as 9?
Yes,
You could
just other way around for me. If you turn it the other way, then.
How did I do it? This way?
No. Yeah, it's like the opposite direction. Now it's 70, okay. And
wait, there were some more questions. What's clerk?
I don't know. To go on clerk. Let's ask Tolu. Tolu, what is clerk? I thought that's a noun. I thought that's not a verb. But maybe. Been a while since my last English lesson. No. Your design. I mean, Tolu is Italian on Pakistan. And Tolu has been creating these really cool quizzes for Los Fomos episodes. And those, they're really cool. I feel like we need to boost them just a bit more, which I'm doing already because it shows if people watch the show or not. Like, doing our job of checking what people are watching and not watching. So that's pretty cool. Yes, I know it's Italian.
Okay, I'm talking about the dream merch. Yeah, mezcal would be cool. Also, cocktail kit. I still dream about the cocktail kit. What else? What are unusual merch things that we can do?
I would love to hear from people what they think.
Yeah. I have a lot of ideas, but it's better to do what people actually want.
Yeah. Like this, I want when people see this things that we do, like merch or little products or items, other people should be like, what? Where did you get that?
Yeah.
That's the action I aim for. Or something even more crazy. So yeah, I think it will be interesting to hear what are the craziest merch items people have gotten. I feel like at some point I was asking these people on the show what's their favorite and their least favorite merch, but this is not the right way to go because the only thing you will get is like t-shirts and drink bottles.
I mean, mezcal is kind of cool.
True. I was also thinking about giving, like doing a cocktail. No. Doing a spicy sauce because it's something that we said before. And then the packaging is actually a cocktail glass. So like let's say, when you have like jars for confiture, so like marmalade glasses.
Yeah.
And this could be with like a top to screw on, but it's actually a cocktail glass, like a fancy whiskey glass. Yeah, and this is what the spicy sauce comes in.
That's kind of cool. I'm looking for the shaker, like a cocktail shaker like that. I saw it a couple of times and I can't find it anywhere here. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Now I will actually go and donate this USDC.
It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I just hate doing two things at the same time when I can't be fully concentrated on the stream. Okay.
Spicy bitters. Yes, kind of spicy bitters kind of go into cocktail kits now. I think that during FarCon we actually wanted to do that. but then we had to
Yeah.
cancel everything. But spicy bitters, noted.
When you say bitters, is it like herbs or like flavor?
Yeah, I think the kids, they also have this little kind of like it's not always the seasoning thing that you said. It's sometimes the liquor, like I don't know how it's called in English,
Okay, no, I get what it is.
but it's bitter, I guess.
Yeah, I think what we were planning for FarCon was actually really cool, and it's still going to happen at some point, just not for FarCon.
Yeah.
Or potentially next FarCon also. Not going to say no. Never say never. And I think it's happening potentially next time. So
Cocktail bitters. That's a cool idea.
yeah. Okay. So dropping the money now. It's just like after
Okay, we're not distracting you anymore.
yeah, the money has like 21 minutes to come. Okay. Crowdfund.
Yeah, okay. Maybe talking about the art piece, it will be turned into the NFT and then airdropped to all these people who donated a certain amount. And I think I will create another art piece, which is more familiar to Los Fomos, and it will be distributed to everyone who donated. And oh, by the way, we didn't say also the roles that we
True. No, we didn't.
defined. Yeah. So we also created roles for people who donated, and we also divided them into the tiers because the difference between the donations is quite big. So we created tiers of different founding roles that we will redistribute probably by the end of next week. And these roles, they will be the highest in the tier of the Somos ecosystem so far. We do not plan any new roles after that for now, at least in the near future. So we're not oversaturating with different roles than when the meaning of the roles just getting lost. But yeah, after that, let's see. But it's going to be the highest, and it's going to be influencing then probably access not only to the content that we create, but also merch. Yes, roles in the mini app. But yeah. Hi.
Hi, David.
Also, it's like not related maybe to this call, but the mini app will also expand to be not just mini app, but basically the web app that you will be able to access with the wallet. But we're still focusing a lot on Farcaster and growing Farcaster channel. Hopefully, channel's going to be around for a while because that's where we interact with our community. But mini app will take a huge role in continuing doing this in the future. What did you screenshot?
I screenshotted some of the comments because I feel like some of the things will be on YouTube and some of them will be on Twitter, but I wanted to have like a little bit of a stream of comments.
That's good. Show comments on stage. Doesn't mean that the questions will appear on our screens.
Oh, you want to try it? Let's see. Where's that button?
Yeah.
There's so many buttons. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That's kind of cool.
I just sent another comment to see. Oh, lovely. Good that we discovered this now that the crowdfund is ending in 60 minutes. So yeah, if there are any big whales in the audience, like feel free to drop your generational wealth into the crowdfund.
Yeah.
We're gonna use it well. We're gonna use it very well.
What else?
Oh,
What else is coming? Like I think IRL events is coming. Not a huge, crazy parties like on ETH Cons. I just generally don't want Los Fomos events to be like that. It will be more smaller and intimate. But IRL events, and I think roles gonna be influencing who's gonna get the invite first. Assuming there will be so many people that we will need to curate.
there will be 3 people, like with the.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
our little crowd.
I was looking at this picture that Gaia was sending in the channel, I think today, of like a little table together with Yannicka, is that how to pronounce it? Little table by the sea, and I was picturing myself there with all the Los Fomos inhabitants, all the LFers.
I didn't see it, but yeah, I imagine myself there as well.
Yeah, that was cute. But okay, we talked about merch before, and we talk about the beach right now. At least I do. And today I met someone on Farcaster who is actually, okay, I don't know how to pronounce this word. She's doing handmade bikinis and beanies.
Knitting.
Yeah, and crush.
Crocheting? Crochet?
Yeah, yes. And so I will have a bikini soon in Los Fomos color.
Congratulations.
You.
What's gonna be the shape?
It's the picture that I
Very
posted.
interesting.
This is what our calls look like usually.
Yeah, this is why it really feels like it's just you and
Okay, coming back to
and your friend Steve. You know that song?
the what? Your friends?
There is a song or something like that. I don't know the full song, but it's like you and I, me and you and me, and your friend Steve.
Yes. I don't know where I remember it from, but
From
that was
social media.
maybe there was a meme or something.
Yeah. Okay.
We have
Somehow.
Yeah. Also, I want to see where people are tuning from.
Actually, I'm curious. Who is Axit LQ on Farcaster?
VSCK, one of our earliest supporters.
Oh, hi.
And this is an assumption I make because I know his PFP, their PFP. Could also be someone else with the same PFP.
Okay, I need to change my location for a second because I need to plug in.
Is it inappropriate to ask Mark to bring me a new drink in the chat?
It's fine. I think it's fine. Instead of asking questions, bring me.
Is asking more doing.
Is it? Okay. I think it is. No.
You have really good lighting. I'm a bit jealous.
Let me.
You're rearranging the couch in the Los Fomos living room. I can hear it.
Yeah. Just need a little change.
I'm currently not in my usual setup, so I don't have this. I bought a new light ring for home.
I still don't have it.
The thing is, they have a lot of offers here in specific random supermarkets, and I saw this really good light ring after Car. People might know her as CXS. She kindly gifted me her light ring, but it broke after using it twice. So yeah. I just casted the crowdfunding link one more time because why not?
Because we're insufferable. So
We also didn't stream on TikTok, but I feel like the reason why it actually makes more sense to not do that is because not saying that it's terrible to do that too, but we are focusing a lot on Farcaster because that's where a lot of the crowdfunding was happening.
yeah, we wouldn't be able to be in the comments.
Yeah.
Horsefox asking about the ring light, I guess.
Mm.
I'm actually
Yes.
looking at not the ring thing, but the rectangle shaped one.
Okay. I had a ring light before and I really liked it. It depends on the type of one you're getting. I had one that I could clip to my screen, and so it would always be a bit too much on the left or too much on the right, and not like right pointing at me. So it gave some weird shadows in my neighborhood. But I think the one that Car gave me, CXS, was actually incredible because it had a huge arm and I was able to twist it into any direction and was using it for the mixologist also. So it had quite a lot of power until it didn't. So
Until
it would, I feel like it's worth it. And I only realized when I had this ring light how good it actually was or how bad my previous light was. But I will say that I'm always astonished by how good your light is. I feel like your face looks evenly lit up, you know?
You mean me?
Yes, you.
Oh, thank you. It's the screen.
Well,
That's it. Or
okay.
the lights, like from the top or something.
Hmm.
I actually have questions to Dan. I think he was saying that he's going to share, and I don't know if he actually shared the setup update that he did and showed it before and after.
Yeah.
I don't know if he shared. Maybe I missed it. But yeah, there was some good lightning happening.
Hmm. Yeah, and I was wondering, like, what is he using this for? To join casts?
Maybe daily stand-ups. Is it
Mm.
true? Oh, you forgot.
And horse facts, do you do like daily stand-ups, or is that only a Taco and me thing?
I'm trying to make my last sip and I'm forgetting that it's still a little bit to wait.
Yeah, so I will send. Ah, okay. Team by team.
Oh,
How many people are working at Merkle right now? I think I lost track. And in the meantime, I will send a message to Mark to bring me a glass of wine so I can do cheers. And we hit the 10 p.m. / 12 p.m. for you. AM.
true. It's like a New Year countdown.
Yes. Okay, it sounds funny pointing the light again at my face, but I have the light on.
Wait.
It's funny, but it's like a new phase of Los Fomos. So it is technically, it's cooler than the new year. But it's cool.
I almost spilled. Yeah, I have to figure out. Okay, that it's coming directly to my eyes.
The good location
Yeah,
is it's a bit higher, but then you have to hold it. It's inconvenient.
yeah, it's like that.
Okay.
Maybe
Connor, bring me
the
a
last 5 seconds.
aperitif so I can cheers with Taco. Okay.
But
Yeah. So, you know what we didn't mention on this whole stream is that we never met IRL.
true. This is one of the biggest things that we actually finally.
Yeah. It's funny.
Finally. Merkel is big now.
Okay.
Yeah. Finally, we have a really good, big reason to meet, and my friends stop asking me.
Oh yeah. Same.
When?
Yeah. Most people are always like, "What?" And I thought everyone knows, because at this point, who doesn't know? But then it turns out that a lot of people just still don't, and they're shocked.
Yeah. I'm gonna create content around it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna create a countdown.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the important things to do as soon as it's gonna be done is figuring out the dates, booking the tickets.
Yes. But actually booking the guests, or at least the period.
Yeah, guests and equipment, and then delivery, and then also part-time people who can set it up.
And the art piece making its way to you or to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Physical one.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this art piece.
Me too. I'm really curious how it's gonna look like.
Yeah. Okay, but also talking about content and about the goals after, we have these goals that we set up a while ago, and we shared it on TikTok and on Farcaster, but it kind of went a little bit unnoticed, this video. We have a few goals. One of them is meeting in person and actually recording Los Fomos IRL. Then there's like 6 other goals that are really, really highly ambitious, like having our own side event at Cannes next year, and the Grand Prix in Monaco.
Yeah, I would say specifically to be invited, which
Mhm.
means that Los Fomos being recognized by major events in general, like for instance, Grand Prix in Monaco. Is it Monaco that we said?
Yeah, we said Monaco. We even wrote down the names of the venues where we want to be invited, because there are a few like very well-known venues during Grand Prix. The parties are happening.
Yeah.
So
I would say all the goals are kind of rooted into what are the cultural extensions of Los Fomos that we see. That's not completely random, not just big names and stuff.
yes. Yeah.
Also legit just to challenge yourself.
Exactly. And I think it's super exciting that we can take people like on the journey with us as we're fulfilling one goal by the one after the other. Yeah. And the first one is meeting in person. And we have 3 minutes left until the crowdfunding closes.
Okay.
Yay. Let me check. Yeah, it's 3 minutes. Oh, wait. I think it's already finished because it says ready to claim. I would say let's go on holiday. Let's go.
Wait, is it? True. Oh my god, I missed the countdown.
Yeah, but also like I thought there would be a countdown, but it's not right on time. So
Okay. Cheers to us, anyways.
yes, cheers to us. My glass is empty. I wasn't heard. You didn't hear me.
Yeah. I kind of want to scream actually and be thankful and grateful for everyone. And probably this is where the SwampNets video should be, or the audio. Thanking everyone.
Yes.
On. But everyone is sleeping, so I'm hush.
Okay. Hug was hug. Here comes the hug. Here comes the rug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise. I'm kind of thinking about the scene in Hangover where I forgot, I think his name is Mr. Chow in Hangover. He's like, goodbye, motherfucker. And the window's going up, you know, the scene.
And disappearing.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm
Cheers.
gonna finally do my last sip.
Yes. Tolu says we didn't hear anything like countdown-wise, yeah. Sorry, because the crowdfunding ended before we were able to count down. It's kind of ahead of itself. It also like reached its limit, the first goal before we were even able to realize it. Oh, cheers, Alexi.
Cheers. Where can I put the emojis?
This is water now. Ah, yes. Okay, so the crowdfunding is finished. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't sleep very much the first week at all. And I will say that I realize it in my mood when I don't sleep a lot over a longer period of time. So I will say that I have more energy now to actually put everything into practice that we're doing.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of thank you. Thanks everyone who contributed to it because what? Do you still have it?
Of course, I mean, I wouldn't be able to finish that in this amount of time. That would be crazy. Alexi made for my birthday Carolina Reaper vodka, infused vodka, and it's spicy as fuck. I mean, this is really, really spicy. I don't have it here right now. I'm in a different place, not in Paris right now, so otherwise I would have a shot for the occasion. I keep some for taco, Alexi. I keep some for
Yeah.
you. Come.
Yeah, I should try it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, I'm kind of glad. So mentally, I don't really have the pressure of maybe we should figure out and do something else. So, and we finally can move on to the next steps, which is basically bringing things to life that we basically raised the funds for.
Yeah.
And it's the most exciting part.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to create a new project with tasks. What should be done?
I think it's necessary because this is something that I liked so much about the crowdfunding is we had 2 weeks of very, very focused attention only on the crowdfunding. And of course, it helps overall Los Fomos to grow because we get attention, especially the moment when Base reposted us and we had like, last time I checked, it was like 65K views, I think, on the post. If people watch that video, they actually know that we never met because we said it in the video in the first like 3 seconds. Yeah. Now we have to keep the momentum up, not only for Los Fomos, but for ourselves.
Yeah. We'll still have tasks to finish. To let myself to rest. But yeah.
Yeah. I think new project sounds good. Because it was funny, we had very well, I mean, the way that we explained at the beginning of the stream that we planned the whole crowdfunding, there was a big project in Notion with each little micro task. and taking everything off, and it kind of felt really good at each step of the way. So I want to keep that up. But yeah, it's not all finished yet, so.
Yeah. Actually, we do have actually tasks. It's just we need to assign. A little timing, I guess.
Yeah. So thank you, Alexi, for your congrats again. And thanks for also being there for the very pivotal time of Los Fomos. For Taco, it's already past midnight, by the way.
Yeah.
We just had I'm kind of monitoring the views. We just had our all-time high of views. It was 94.
This person dropped off.
Yeah. But you know what's really cool? Now that most of our audience, most of the reach we have is on Farcaster, and now that you post links on Farcaster, and I think when you watch a Twitter link on if you watch Farcaster videos, then you can exit the app, and it's still gonna continue playing, same as Twitter as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if people actually watch our episodes in feed, they can also leave the app and continue watching.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. When do we decide that we want to wrap up? We didn't set this goal.
I don't know.
Does anyone have any questions before we come to the point where we want to wrap up?
Also take into account that we are delayed.
Yeah. I think it was 5 seconds or when I checked on Twitter. Oh, did you see the notification on Farcaster?
I didn't because I didn't donate. But because you donated probably from the personal, then you see it because it notifies you that you participated.
Ah, yes. Yes.
But I didn't see other people tagging me.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah. All the people who helped us to raise and who also gave us advices. Like, for instance, assistant number 1 in the first day was very helpful with the experience of crowdfunding and giving some tips and suggestions.
Yeah, it's not our assistant of Bird. That was actually great advice. And also this assistant did multiple things with Bird. They, I think, did a matching donation afterwards.
Yeah, I think they did the first matching donation before Noise and Patricia. And yeah, and gave some suggestions in a way that we reach out to people, which I think was helpful.
I think so too, especially the part of the message that you make a suggestion as to how much you would suggest people to donate, because, well, how should you know?
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night. I think it's time for everyone to go to sleep. I can't express my excitement either because everyone is sleeping.
Yeah. I'm going to eat dinner now. The peach.
Peach.
Yes.
Thank you, Alexis. You will be more involved in the later stages.
Exactly. Thank you for tuning in, for sending good vibes, and bonne nuit, sleep well, dorme bien.
how long we were live on stream, like hour and a half. Thanks for being with us and listening our basically monologues.
Yeah, it was good to talk to you, I guess. Talk at you. Good to talk at you. Good night. Good night, VS.
Lovers. Yeah.
Exit
Good night.
liquidity says good night.
Have spicy dreams.
Yeah,
Or a day. Depends where you are.
true. Forgot about that. Yeah. Have a good time. Do we end the stream for us too? I would think so.
I think so. Kind of looking at this number. Oh, okay, it's going up, and I like when I reach 100.
I also I saw
For
this
no
at
reason.
There's now a 97. We're gonna stay here until 100.
For absolutely no reason.
Yeah. It's like people being like unnecessarily competitive with certain card games or like board games. Like, but yeah. Oh, I will also say thank you. A little shout out to all the partners we had in this that we did things with, including some Farcaster native apps. And I'm blanking, but
Everyone who was involved in some capacity.
yeah.
Like Noise, Betterment, crowdfund,
Pay-per-view.
pay-per-view, which kind of pods not directly, but indirectly still letting us to mint our episodes. Forecaster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, imagine Farcaster is indirectly such a powerful force for us for building the community that we obviously is a tool that we use for that, but in-seed donations are powerful.
Agree. Okay, maybe my last point about the community building, because we're talking about Farcaster, but I think Farcaster did a great job of building their own user base. So when you build your own community within it, because we didn't bring much of people outside, I think the core is actually the Farcaster built audience. So
Yeah.
also shout out to their skills of attracting the right people.
Yeah. They might have the problem of growing their audience and multiplying them, but at the same time.
Well, maybe that's where next chapter of Los Fomos can play a little role in growing it and bring in maybe other people.
I think so. Yeah.
Fomos channel and mini app.
Exactly. Okay. I feel like the number is like going up and down, and now I'm like, oh, okay, it's going up. Now we stay. Yeah.
Guess we're competitive.
I would say that. Sorry, someone. Okay, I'm kind of checking a little bit the notifications, but it feels like Happy New Year, and it feels like it's 2026 now.
Yeah.
Also, gonna say one last time, if someone has questions, please, this is the last chance to ask them before we will wind it down in the next few minutes. And good night to those who are already in bed. I can't wait to reach out to some magazines and create some noise around the crowdfunding campaign and everything, all the efforts involved in it. I think it's going to be interesting. And obviously, we're going to write some more articles about what we did for the crowdfund and also what's next. the next steps will be interesting. And if anyone reads it and feels like they can contribute or help with contacts, then we are welcoming that help a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like what we will continue doing is what actually crowdfund campaign taught us that even though we always had some goals and weekly goals, I think choosing bigger goal and then going after it and fully focusing on it is challenging, but also creatively valuable, and also for the growth. So I think we will continue doing it for different goals in that case. But yeah, and not only on Farcaster, because I think to bring people on chain, we still need to win over people on Web2. So we need to focus on growing that as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, something that Paul mentioned is kind of paying to this narrative of trying to reach people in all the different capacities, of reaching out to different communities. Whatever we said, actually, what we did for the crowdfund, the magazines and some publications are basically that you're reaching their audience and hoping that it's going to bring you at least some recognition. So when people come across you somewhere else, they already know something about you. And yeah, and we will continue doing it on different platforms, probably TikTok mostly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I don't need to reach the 100 mark.
No, I'm blanking now.
Yeah. Also, Ella first want to go to sleep, and the number doesn't really matter because we don't even know who it is and if it's even accurate. So, but yeah, okay. Saying goodnight, saying thank you for everyone who was donating and everyone who shared the link, everyone who's spread the spice in one way or the other. And yeah, like make the spice flow. The
Make the
spice
spice
flow.
Yeah.
NFA.
Yeah, the spice must flow and have a spicy things.
Yeah.
Spicy cocktails.
Good night.
Good night and thanks, and see you tomorrow on Podcaster.
Yes. GN.